Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. Today's video is going to be about 3 Michael Jordan cards over the past 1 year that have not run, right? We're always looking at the Jordan cards that have exploded. Today's video is about 3 cards you may want to keep an eye on. There are a couple of criteria that I plugged in. We're going to use the card ladder database as always. I hope you guys enjoy the video. PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code CAJUN, all caps, C-A-J-U-N, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. Hey guys, here we go. We got 3 Jordan cards that have not run over the last year, right? We've seen many Jordan cards, specifically PSA 10s and BGS 9.5s running, getting hot lately, up and to the right on their curves when we look at those graphs. Today we're going to look at 3 cards that have not run that you guys may want to take a look at. Again, I'm not here to give investment advice. I think all Jordan cards, well, I can give you one piece of investment advice. I think all low pop Jordan cards from the 90s, inserts and parallels, are good investments long term. If I didn't think that, I wouldn't have a bazillion of them. Again, that's not the prime directive. That is not necessarily why I purchase Michael Jordan cards, nor should that be the reason that you guys purchase them, but each their own, whatever floats your boat. But it is comforting to know that if you're going to put your hard-earned dollars or your dad's trust fund money, if you're lucky enough to be one of those kids, into basketball cards or into sports cards in general, isn't it a decent feeling to purchase cards from the best decade of basketball in history, of the greatest player that ever lived in the history of team sports, and purchase only those cards with a certain population below a number threshold in gem mint condition? Isn't that a nice way to sort of hedge risk, right? But that's what we're going to talk about today. So I've gone into Card Ladder and I have got 3 cards pulled up. We are going to search. These are cards that have not run over the last 1 year like so many others. We've seen so many Jordan PSA 10s and BGS 9.5 cards. We're talking specifically primarily about inserts and parallels that appear in the Cajun Cardboard hierarchy, run like crazy, triple digits, doubling, 2x, 3x, crazy stuff like that. Today's video is going to be more of a, hey, if you don't think those are good buys because they've run so quick and you want to just be patient on those cards, let me show you a couple of other cards. So I've set 3 criteria, only BGS 9.5s and only BGS 10s. And then cards that last sold between $1,000 and $500. 500 to 1,000, sorry, not 1,500, between $500 and $1,000. So this is a video for the people. These are all cards that we can go after and chase. If you're a Jordan collector, $500 to $1,000 is a pretty low price point. I know it's all relative and it's all in the eye of the beholder, but I think these are cards anybody can go out and get their hands on. So the first card we're going to talk about is this card. It's the 1997 Stadium Club Triumvirate T1B. Remember, there's a T9B Triumvirate in the second series as well, which is a much different card, totally different card. I have done an amazing video on these cards. They are very confusing. I did do a Triumvirate video, and the video is not amazing because I'm this wealth of knowledge. I did the video because I could not keep track of what the hell was what with the Triumvirate, the Luminous, the Luminescent, the members only, which ones had it, which ones didn't, what does the Luminous look like, what's the Luminescent, what's the difference? Well, this is the very base version. This is the Triumvirate, just base, right? So this is the base version, which would be called the Luminous, right? You won't see Luminous on the slab, but this is the Luminous. The Luminescent is the middle, more rare version, and then the Illuminator is the most rare version. But this is the T1B, so that's what the card looks like. Let's look at some of the numbers here. I've got it pulled up over here. It's a Pop 94. Look at this graph, guys. So this is one of those Jordan cards. It was, July 23rd, 2023. That's 10 months ago. This was a $1,725 sale. Came down to $1,500. Then it took a huge, another little dip down here to $1,500. 1645, 1500. Then it dipped all the way to 1230. And so you're thinking, damn, that's like a 40% drop, 35% drop, something like that. It steadied at 1275 and looked like it was going to recover, then down to 1032. And now the card has dropped under $1,000 to $875. I'm here to tell you that's too low to me. I know this is the little brother, the kid brother to the luminescent and the illuminator, but damn. Another thing is people may be so PSA 10 focused that they're kind of overlooking BGS 9.5s. I'm not telling you to go out there and buy BGS 9.5s. I'm certainly not telling you that you can cross over every 9.5 or any 9.5 to PSA 10s, because God knows PSA has kind of put clamps on PSA 10s on cards that matter. But this is a Pop 94 card. You guys see the graph. It's run over the last year all the way from 1725 down to less than half. That is a little bit less than half. That's a 49% drop in value over the last calendar year. Let's look at the Pop. How many of these triumvirates are there out there? Well, there's been about 350 graded, approximately, right? 347 it looks like. There are 10 PSA, there's 68 PSA 10s, and there are 94 BGS 9.5s. There are some BGS 10s. There's even a black label, which I've never put eyes on. That would look really good with this card. But there are a combined about 162 PSA 10s and BGS 9.5s combined. So that's a card to consider. The first card in our video today, the Triumvirate, that's the card right there. Again, if you're confused about Triumvirate, Luminous, Luminescent, go check out the video in the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel. I think you can just go search Triumvirate maybe and it'll come up. I don't know. I'm not good at searching stuff like that. I could probably never find the video. It'd take me an hour, but you guys are smarter than me. The second card we're going to talk about is another insert, and it is the Shooting Stars or Season's Best card number SB6, right? It's from 1997, Topps Chrome. It is a refractor. Warning, 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 a word to be wary. Please hyper focus on whether you see greening on this card. The one that you see on your screen to me looks like perfect coloring, but the ones that have started to green, you will primarily see it in Michael Jordan's biceps and his shins. You will see that the card has greened. Again, I'm sorry, I'm always supposed to tell you guys, yes, I think I own all of the cards we're going to talk about today, so I always try to be transparent about that. So I'm not telling you to go out and buy the damn cards to get my price back to where I paid for it. I'm probably upside down on these cards. Hell, I don't freaking know. But again, I don't have time to go pump and dump certain Jordan cards. I'm not selling the ones I have because you guys know I'm pushing forward into the Jordan market. So, but I always do like to disclose that to you, and sometimes I don't do that. I'm very bad at that. So I do own this card, and I think I do own it in a 9.5 instead of a PSA 10. But this is a card where the BGS 9.5 was 1,051 a year ago. It's sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, something like that. 6 times over the last year, and it is down to 798. So another card in about that same price point as the Triumvirate Luminous that we just looked at. And look at the Pop. It's almost the exact same Pop as the Luminous that we just looked at, the T1B in 9.5. If we look at the card Pop report, again, you're looking at a few more gems here. So this card actually grades really well by Jordan standards. 20% with PSA gem rate, 32% with BGS for a gem rate, $800 for a BGS card, $1,600 for a PSA card. So that's a 2-to-1 ratio. We should have looked at that ratio for the Triumvirate. Let's go back and look at that ratio. The ratio for the Triumvirate's BGS get a little more credit, right? 823 for a 9.5, even despite the drop. Only 1321 for a PSA 10. Given this ratio, I'd probably look at the PSA 10 Triumvirate, to be quite honest with you. The direction the PSA 10s are going, it's only an extra $500, less than $500. I'd probably move on the PSA 10 more than the BGS 9.5 with the Triumvirate. The Shooting Star is a little tougher, right? And you know me, I'm an equal opportunity gem mint collector, so I'll look at BGS 9.5s, I'll look at PSA 10s. I treat them the same. I recognize there's a price disparity, but as far as filling the gaps and building my collection, very rarely do I replace a 9.5 with a PSA 10 unless there's some otherworldly discount to be had on the PSA 10. I am very happy with BGS 9.5 slabs in my collection. So 94 plus 90, that's 184. So a few more gem mint copies out there of that one. But less, like I said, about a $500 difference between the 9.5 and the 10. So that's card number 2 on the list. list of cards that have not run that you may want to take a look at. And again, I'm getting all this data from Card Ladder, from the Card Ladder database. All right, the third card, again, these are only cards in gem mint condition, BGS or PSA, and these are only cards between $500 and $1,000. We're only doing 3 today because I'm going to try to keep these videos short so I can do more videos, right? And it's this one, and I'll be honest with you, I am freaking in love with this card. This is an awesome card. I'm going to pump the hell out of this card because I think it's freaking gorgeous. Especially, this is one of the very rare occasions, right? So PMG Reds look better in PSA labels. Why? They're red. That's why. 1989 Fleer looks better in PSA 10 than 9.5. Why? Because the label's red and the card's red, right? It looks great. Well, this is an example of a card that probably looks a lot better in a BGS 9.5 than it does in a PSA 10, despite the absurd price disparity. Wait till you see this. Okay, so we're talking about this parallel, right? This is not an insert. This is a parallel. It's the 1997 gold medallion, number 23. I wonder how they got that set number. BGS 9.5. You're looking at a quad gem on your screen. Beautiful freaking card. The script down here in gold with the kind of textured dull gold background is amazing. This is only a pop 40 in BGS 9.5. Guys, look at the graph. This is a card that is down almost 50%. This is a card that was 1680 on July 2nd last year. The card has dipped all the way to 860. This is a card that I would probably buy duplicates of if I could pick it up at the 850 to 950 range. I think there's just not enough of them out there, and I think aesthetically this card is super, super special. I talked about this one on the Cajun Cardboard Hierarchy. Remember, this is another card that might get lost in the shuffle like the Triumvirate because there is a much more valuable, much more sought after platinum medallion, right? Which, again, is in another stratosphere price-wise, but mere mortals can jump in and collect this gold medallion. Total number of gems, just barely over 100. Remember, when I used to do those Explore the Card episodes, which, spoiler alert, I'm about to pick up these Explore the Card episodes and run with it. I'm really excited. I haven't done one in years. I'm about to get into it where every Friday evening you're going to get another Explore the Card episode. If you don't know what those are or were, they were historic, they were evergreen, go back and check them out. I have a whole playlist dedicated to Explore the Card. Go search that in my playlist. I know you can find that for sure, and there's plenty of videos out there. If you're just now getting educated in the Michael Jordan market, the first place that I would tell you to start is just click episode number 1 of Explore the Card. I think it was the Scoring Kings 93 Ultra, and just start watching and watch every episode. After that, I'd go to the Cajun Cardboard Hierarchy videos because I bring on a lot smarter people than me to talk about Jordan cards. So, and again, if I'm talking too fast for you, there's only one reason. It's that I'm drinking a C4. I also had coffee. I don't know what's next. Maybe it's cocaine. I don't know. Somebody comment below and let me know what's next. Am I talking too fast? I'm trying to get a lot of information into you guys. But like I said, the threshold that I like to look at for gem mint cards is 100. And when I say the threshold and when I say population, I mean the combined gem mint population between PSA and then BGS 9.5 or better, right? Including the 10s. So this is 109 total gems out there. But look at the price disparity between the beautiful color match gold BGS 9.5 label and the PSA 10. There are fewer BGS 9.5s than PSA 10s. The gem rate, however, is 3x. So these are all factors to consider when you're trying to figure out what is the better price point between PSA 10 and BGS 9.5. You don't only want to look at how many 10s and how many 9.5s. You want to look at how difficult it is to gem a BGS versus how difficult it is to gem a PSA 10, right? PSA 10 gem rate is 8. BGS is 22.73. So that's close to a 3x, right? We're talking about close to a 3x, despite the fact that there are fewer cards have been submitted to BGS to be graded. So 59 and 40, add that up. Even in Louisiana, that is 99. So 99 is less than 100, even in South Louisiana. Even Cajuns can do that kind of math. I think because of the disparity between the price, going back to it, look at the PSA 10 again. $2,400. The BGS 9.5, $794, and the BGS 9.5 is on this trend from 1680 down to 860. Come on, guys. You got to be kidding me. That 9.5 looks like a great buy. So just wanted to give you guys 3 cards. Let's look at them again. The 97 Gold Medallion 9.5, the Topps Chrome Season's Best Refractor 9.5, And then the triumvirate T1B, 9.5. Again, these aren't the 3 best Jordan investments in the world. I'm simply shedding a little bit of light on 3 cards. It just so happened, this is probably not a coincidence. Let me get you off here. This is probably not a coincidence that all 3 of those cards are in 9.5. It's really simple. Over the last year, year and a half, and really in the hobby generally over the last 4, 5, 6 years, PSA 10s are running, and honestly, the disparity, generally speaking, you know, there's other factors to consider, gem rate, total number of 10s versus 9.5, stuff like that. 10s are running hot. 9.5s are kind of regressing. I don't know where that price disparity in the margin between 10s and 9.5s, and again, there's no uniformity across, even within the Jordan segment, there's no uniformity. It's not like you can say, well, all 9.5s are, you know, 1/4 the price of a PSA 10 or 1/2 the price. It doesn't work that way. You've really got to dig into the minutia and do that research yourself, and you know, do some simple math to figure out what makes sense and what doesn't, right? Because each card's different, and to be honest with you, every PSA 10 is different, but really every BGS 9.5 is different because of the subgrades, right? So you've got a lot of moving parts here. Again, I am not this math wizard. I am not here to tell you these 3 cards are underpriced, go get them. All I know is, and this has suited me very well, I've been collecting Jordan cards. What year is it? 2024? Okay, I've been collecting Jordan cards since 2000. When was COVID? I can't remember. I've been collecting Jordan cards since about 2020, so only about 4 years. So I'm still a baby compared to some of these whales that are out there, and I'm still learning the process. But it's always treated me well to focus more on the Jordan cards that have not run hot, that have even come down. And I've just showed you 2 that are almost down to half price. It always suits you better from a financial perspective to look at the cards that have come down. What's changed? Has Jordan gotten better or worse? No. Has his legacy changed? No. If anything, as LeBron continues to fail, Jordan's elite status as the greatest basketball player of all time continues to be unparalleled and untouched. Let's see where Joker ends up, right? You think Joker can get 6? I don't know. He's going to get freaking 12 MVPs, it looks like. I think Jordan's okay, and I don't think there's anything LeBron James could possibly do to catch Jordan as the GOAT. So if anything, Jordan himself has gotten better. Nothing's changed with these cards. The pop's really not moving that much, especially in gem mint condition. So really you're looking at graphs and you're comparing apples to apples. And I've always felt more comfortable buying a card that's in the red. And when I say in the red, you know, on Card Ladder, you'll see if it's in the green, that means the card's up based on your time segment. If it's in the red, that means it's down. That's pretty common knowledge to anybody who's over 14 years old. Anyway, 3 cards. Hopefully you guys like it. Comment below. Let me know if you have any of these 3 cards. Let me know if you think I'm wrong on any of these 3 cards being a good buy. And I don't necessarily mean, again, I want to be very clear. I am not making this video to say, go buy these 3 cards. They'll be worth more in a year. I'm simply saying, these 3 cards used to be X. Now they're 1/2 X or a fraction of X. If you need to put these cards in your collection, if you love collecting Michael Jordan cards, if you're chasing the hierarchy, if you're just trying to grow your Michael Jordan collection and you don't have one of these 3 cards, one of these 3 cards may be a better buy than card number Z, which is up 241% over the past 18 months. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's just less room, there's less risk, there's less, we're closer to the floor on one than we are on the other. It's just simple supply and demand. So again, thank you guys for watching my videos. As always, I truly appreciate any likes, comments, and most importantly, I give you a big virtual hug if you subscribe. Many more videos to come. I took a little hiatus. I feel rejuvenated. The C4 is helping, but I feel rejuvenated. I told my wife, I was like, today's the first day in a really long time. I can't wait to get to work in the 6 a.m., 6s, and pump out a couple videos for my people and practice, try to get better, try to learn a little bit, and try to look at some cards, that I just love looking at. So cards that I own, I love looking at. Cards that I don't own, I love looking at. And obviously, I love talking about it and rambling at the end of my videos. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Comment below. Let me know what you think about this video. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. Peace.